So before we move on to server-side form validation, I do want to take a little pause here and just implement some refactoring. And refactoring just means moving things around inside your project. So if you look at our project structure right now, we have a command folder that has a web folder that has the 3 files that establish our main routine, set up our middleware, and our routing. And that's fine. That's a conventional way to build a web application in Go. Then we have this package folder. And inside of that, we have config, handlers, models, and render. And that's fine because those are packages. But conventionally, and there is no hard and fast rule for this, but conventionally, when you set up a project, anything in your package, PKG folder, it means something to people that are looking at your code. It means these are resources that are completely divorced from the logic of your application and that I can import into my own application. And that's not the case here. So, for example, this config, that's only useful in our application. It depends upon a particular session manager. It has a structure that's of use to nobody except ourselves. In the same way, obviously, our handlers are set up specifically for our application. And so are our models, and so is our rendering engine. So what I'm going to do is refactor. I'm going to create a new directory here, right at the root level of my application. And I'm going to call it internal. And that is where I'm going to move these packages. So I'm going to take advantage of refactoring built into my application. I'm going to select these 3 packages, and I'm going to move them to internal. Those 4 packages, I guess, and move them to internal. And a little dialog pops up in my IDE that says, are you sure you want to move these specified directories from there to here? And I'm going to check this box. If it's not checked, check search for references, and that will do some of the heavy lifting for me. So I'll refactor it. So when I do that, things are going to break, almost certainly. If I try to run this application right now, go run command web main or star.go, chances are there's going to be an error. Maybe not. We'll find out here. Look, it just started. That worked beautifully. All right, so I'll stop the application, and let's look at some of the things that have changed. So back to my main package. Anything changed there? Yes. Notice how it changed. GitHub.com, tsolder bookings. This used to say PKG. And if yours doesn't, you need to change it to PKG, or from PKG to internal. So it changed those for us in the roots folder under the imports. Same thing, it went to internal. And this makes more sense. And it makes more sense because these packages are all internal to my application. Now, if I write something, and I will later on in the course probably, if I write something that other people can use, I'll stick that in the package folder. So that wasn't too hard. If your IDE did not automatically refactor things for you, just run it. It'll tell you where the errors are and go change your imports. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And that's one of the great advantages of using an integrated development environment like Golang. And there's similar functionality in Visual Studio Code or JetBrains IntelliJ, the public edition or the community edition. Most IDEs support refactoring out of the box. So I'm going to commit these changes and push them up to Git. So refactored to use internal packages. Commit and push. And we are good. So I shall commit, push, and it's all set. All right, now in the next lecture, we'll move on to doing some server-side form validation, which is utterly critical, as you will see shortly.